Alrighty then. Hey, you know about tariffs that we don't talk about? First, I want to say I've been saying this for a long time. I am pro carbon tax, even if that means I pay part and instead of receiving more back, but I would receive a lot more back because of my poverty. But still, I mean, one way to test Carney is to see if people pay the tax on carbon themselves or the fossil fuel industry does more, right? Entirely, actually. One way to maybe put it on the average person is when they do their taxes, see the address where they live and the address where they work. I mean, if it's a very big distance, and especially if it's confirmed that these areas, these zones don't have easy public transit, then yes, those people can pay more, right? And you could say, well, they're doing the extra mileage in their leisure, and their leisure, if you want them to travel within Canada, let's say, yeah, that's fine if it's within Canada, but you can verify if it's not within Canada. But again, people will think, oh, I'm being monitored. They don't understand that climate change or climate emergency or climate catastrophe is an existential threat. So Canadians are as dumb as the average American in that way, American citizens from the USA, in the sense that they don't want to be bothered having consequences for the end of the world as we know it when it comes to living in the biosphere. So what I wanted to say is one way to test to see if a country is a developed country is they'll be having the conversations of tariffs on things that are sent to other countries as waste. So if a country like Canada doesn't dispose of its own nuclear waste or recycling or garbage and ships it to other places, then those places, I mean, if it's an important industry for them to have workers and things, they should still put tariffs on receiving the waste of so-called developed countries. Because otherwise, I can't believe it's a developed country as big as Canada and can't manage its own waste. And this is not just because, again, it very much looks like we're skipping Earth Day this year. But I wanted to say that I'm so proud of people from the USA that are, seem to be doing it a lot more than we realize, if you watch the right kind of news, are protesting all sorts of things. Please, people that are smart enough to understand existential threats, please don't skip Earth Day. Add Earth Day. And you have signs related to Earth Day, and then still whatever your other secondary primary cause on the other side of the sign. Please act human in that way, as if you understand through your so-called sentience and sapience that you require a healthy, resilient, varied with life forms type of biosphere to live in. I mean, you can't just fight for one thing while you might succeed at that, but then live on a planet where you can't breathe or your children will have so many different health related things. I mean, it's very possible that children born today will die, 70% of them, from heat related illnesses because our species can't evolve fast enough that at a certain level of heat, certain temperature, our bodies can't compensate anymore. They just don't have the physiology for it. And that's coming very soon.